Congratulations to the FLY graduates of the great Princeton class of 2021. It is my honor on behalf of the Office of the Dean of Undergraduate Students, the Office of the Dean of the College, and the Vice President for Campus Life to welcome you to the annual FLY graduation ceremony. This ceremony celebrates the hard work you each put in order to make it to this point. Being the first in your family to graduate from college is a remarkable accomplishment worthy of celebration. Being the first in your family to graduate from college in the midst of a global pandemic, well, that is extraordinary. I know, as you know, that the road to this virtual stage was not without help, sacrifice, and prayer. So to all the mothers, brothers, fathers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, and friends, thank you for your steadfast support and your unwavering understanding throughout the last 4 years. This ceremony is as much for you as it is for our graduates. I'll now turn it over to Carabel Javier.
Thank you so much, Ian, for that wonderful introduction. And now it is my pleasure to introduce a dear friend and tonight's keynote speaker, Maria Perales Sanchez. Maria Perales Sanchez was born in Guanajuato, Mexico. As a child, she moved to Texas with her family. She graduated from Princeton in June 2018 with certificates in Latino and Latin American Studies. Her coursework focused on migration policy, especially in the context of Latin America and Latinx communities in the United States. As an undergraduate, Maria was deeply involved with Dream Team, the migrants' rights advocacy group at Princeton, serving as a project coordinator and then as a co-director. She was also active in Community House, a pay center program that seeks to close the achievement gap for underserved communities, where Maria was a project liaison, a summer camp counselor, a general volunteer, and on the executive board. Maria was named on a complaint filed also by Princeton University and Microsoft challenging the federal government's termination of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, better known as DACA. Arguments were heard by the Supreme Court in November 2019, and on June 18, 2020, a Supreme Court ruling restored DACA and protected Dreamers across the country. In the summer of 2016, Maria joined the Office of Centro de los Derechos del Migrante in Mexico as a volunteer working in areas of communication, intake, and policy advocacy. Maria returned to CDM in summer 2018 to spend her Ullman year advocating for migrant labor rights on the side of the border. She was elected to serve as secretary of the Alianza Nacional de Campesinas, where she represents CDM and migrant farmer working women at the national level. Maria remains at CDM, where she was recently named the first Elizabeth Maldin Memorial Advocate for Migrant Women, a fellowship created to discover and empower an emerging young leader to elevate the voices of migrant worker women and fulfill Elizabeth Maldin's legacy. And with that, I would like to hand things over to Maria Perales Sanchez.
Greetings, Princeton's great class of 2021. Congratulations on this amazing achievement. You did it. Before I begin, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge how especially difficult this last semesters have been for many of you. The pandemic has disproportionately affected our communities of color. And yet, many of us are expected to labor as if conditions back home hadn't drastically changed. I feel you and I see you, and I join you in asking Princeton to do better for its flight students. Today, many of you will be the first in your families to graduate from college. Today's moment joins many others of first. You were the first to graduate from high school, to go off to college, and today you'll be the first in your families to graduate from Princeton University. Not too long ago, I was on that very same spot, listening to the ceremony, feeling in an array of emotions. In one hand, I thought about how I did it, and I felt incredibly happy. In the other hand, I thought about what cost and what sacrifices I had to make. My mental health, my physical health, relationships with peers and families, And lastly, as a first-generation, low-income, undocumented Latina, it weighed on me what would come next. It was a celebration, don't get me wrong, but it was also a moment of reckoning that this was only the beginning. But as equally daunting and celebratory that moment was, I wish I had internalized the following 3 things that I will be sharing with you today. I honestly wish I had internalized them sooner. Breathing them, living them, feeling them, and embodying them has made me a better advocate, friend, daughter, and human being. First of all, for how daunting or celebratory today's moment and the future ahead may seem to you, know, but truly know that you're more than capable and prepared of thriving at whatever it is you chose to do. Not only did you receive a stellar education, you have built a community and you have long-lived experiences to prepare you for a life beyond the bubble. Gosh, you even survived a pandemic. More importantly, you have already overcome so many obstacles and barriers. So please tell that little voice in your head of self-doubt when it sneaks up on you to shush and believe in yourself. Second thing, I wanted to share with you that to support your community, you must also support yourself. After graduation, I saw many of my peers make decisions about their future. Some travel abroad, some got jobs in other states, others went off to grad school. But for my peers in the first-gen low-income community, I saw us make those decisions in the context of how it would impact our families. I speak for myself when I say that carrying that responsibility often weighed on my shoulders, and I know many of you can relate. However, I realize that the best way I can be a good daughter, a good community member, is to also follow my passions and those things that feel me to be the best version of myself. It has made all the difference, and I wish that upon yourselves too. Last but not least, I also want you to know that you are on your own timeline. When I graduated from Princeton University, I was awarded a fellowship to conduct work internationally. But back then, Trump revoked a certain condition that would enable me to travel abroad. As I saw my peers traveling the world and embarking in studies abroad, I felt lost. I felt rushed. I wish I had known then that in my own timeline, this could still happen. It could still happen today. It could still happen sometime in the next year. We don't actually have to have everything figured out at 22. We just need the strength and community to work towards what we truly envision. To be honest, I'm still trying to figure out day by day. And I know folks who are decades older will agree. You never stop learning. And if you do, that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Today, I'm incredibly honored to be sharing these messages with you, knowing that many of you will one day be in my same shoes, sharing messages with the future classes. Before I leave you all to celebrate this wonderful achievement, I once again congratulate you, and I welcome you to Princeton's Fly alumni community. You did it. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Dean Christina Gonzalez, and it is my sincere pleasure to be able to introduce you to the great Phi class of 2021. I've had the opportunity to know many of these students since the very first days of FSI, the Freshman Scholars Institute, when they first set foot on campus. And I've had the opportunity to meet many more of them since then. And I want to honor all of their knowledge, experience, and joy that they've brought to our campus and our community. So thank you, graduates, for all that you've done for us. And I'm so honored to be able to celebrate you and your family, friends, and loved ones who have supported you on this journey. I will now read individually the names of all of our Fly graduates by residential college. First up, Butler College. Dana Harris. Nardine Athia Azar Kalla. Whitney Sue Hopper. Alex Serna Castillo. Alyssa Selliver, Bo Hun Allen Kam, Alyssa Lau, Anglory Morel Espinal, Avery Goldinger, Brandon Caligari, Christopher Scott Wilson, Destiny Lee Rivera, Jack Logan Allen, Kaja Darian, Lexus Sharon, Sabrina Martins Mark, Sarah P. Reyes, Eric Sen, Anna Wen. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates from Butler College.
Congratulations from Butler College. This is Elizabeth Armstrong, head of the college. Our entire college staff is here to honor you on this special occasion.
Congratulations to the great Butler Fly class of 2021 from Dean Sturck. You are to be commended for all of your hard work and perseverance, especially under the difficult circumstances of this year.
We're proud of you and we're looking forward to your next accomplishments.
We wish you all the very best. May your futures be filled with success and prosperity.
Great big thank you to your family and friends for all of their love and support.
We hope you can come back and visit us. Butler College will always welcome you back.
Now I will introduce the Fly graduates from First College. Jerome Desrosier, Larissa Oliveira, Millicent D. Darko, Nisha S. Lakiani, Taylor Nicole Charbel, Ashley S. Nurse, Celine Minson Park, Claire Orare, Diamond Akara, Faith E. Iloka, Glenna Jane Galario, Niranjana Biankowska, Reginald Quarty, Pamela Subeza, Aliyah Rashta Ahmad, Thea Noir Flores Demopolis. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fly graduates from First College.
Fly students, many congratulations on your graduation. We're so proud of you and you're soaring, and we look forward to staying in touch with you. Take good care.
Congratulations on all of your future endeavors. We wish you all the best.
Congratulations and best wishes.
Good luck, and we can't wait to see you when you return to campus and hear all the good news.
Congratulations and well done.
Congratulations again. We're so proud of you, and we look forward to seeing you at reunions.
Next up, we have the graduating seniors from Forbes College. Caitlin Sierra Bolin, Mohammed Izad, Obiagere Amici, Zamwayani McMillan, Yusung Kim, Brandon Flora Dunleavy, Chelsea N. Chan, Daniel Benitez. Dorantina Sail Jamani. Emily Lang. Favor Orbhabor. Iman Mabrook. Jesus Martinez Garza. Jill Shaw. Olivia Koshi. Lourdes Cristina Santiago. Martin Mejia. Tiffany Lim. Victoria Lee. The graduating seniors from First College.
To a very special group of graduates, we are so proud of your accomplishments.
You have persevered and overcome all challenges. For this, you show strength and courage.
You demonstrate that with determination and hard work, all things are possible. For this, you give us hope.
We believe in you and are grateful for the strength, courage, and hope that you bring to this world. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Now we have the graduating seniors from Maddie College. Anna Macknick. Avner Mier Klaus Goldstein. Nico Cooper. Rachel Lee. Rimsha Iman Malik. Scott Michael Aravena. Andres Montoya. Benjamin Liang. Chantal Hiep Y. Pentra. Erica Escalona Barragan. Hannah Hongjin Jiang. Hannah Slabotkin. Hernan Velez. Jeremy Colombo. Jessica Cobian. Ravana Jumogovic. Giovanna Condit. Kennedy Bird Kingsley. Kirsten Keels. Crystal Y. Cohen. Linda Nee. Lucy Maylee Chuang. Marissa Kavita Cumbermack. Patricia Podjak. Sarah Elkery. Shafaq Khan. Shreyas Kumar. Taisha Mukaze. Zoe Ann Vieto. Gagandeep Kaur Green. Kiki Gilbert. The Fly graduates from Maddie College.
Congratulations.
We're so happy for you as you mark this important achievement.
And we look forward to seeing you at reunions.
To all the Maddie students, don't forget.
Once a moose, always a moose.
Happy graduation.
And next up, we have the graduating seniors from Rocky College. Bianca Sloan Swidler. Chinwendu Charlene Maxwell. Jessica Ma. Leopoldo Solis Martinez. Kan Lin Wen. Lufta Kanyansola Suber. Parker Ruth Jones. Tiana Marie Graham. Abraham Eli Cruz Pena. Alexandria Skarzinski. Amanda Coy. Bruno Emilio Aravana Magruda. Christopher Walton. Diana Chow. Donovan Coronado. JC Dewin. Jaron Alexander McKinney. Jillian Ann Quigley. Josh Melnick. Karen Elizabeth Delgado Lopez. Lauren Tang. Lazarina Georgieva Lazarova. Lily Muandi. Misael Campos. Nardine N. Mukhtar. Rodrigo Ivan Pichardo Urbina. Sabrina G. Seguira. Temitope Oladoyan Oshinoa. Tyrone Zhang. Shanaz Dean. Cynthia Liu. The graduates from Rocky College.
Congratulations, Fly Class of 2021.
We are so proud of you.
We look forward to seeing all you'll accomplish in the future.
And you'll always have a home at Rocky.
Congratulations!
And last but not least, we have the Fly graduates from Whitman College. Angeli Garcia. Daniela de la Caridad Alvarez. Kamikaze Darina. Emily Shang. Jessica Gaitan. Jocelyn Galindo Villavara. John Mateo Garcia. Jorge Rafael Herrera. Austin Coleret. Carmela Asparin. Dorantina Fida. Joyce Sujun Kim. Kaylin Nix. Kelton Chastelon. Laura Molina Rodriguez. Peter Colvin. Phoebe Park. Sunny Malia Sakai. Tanashi Handina. Congratulations to the Fly grad class of 2021. We are so proud of you.
Welcome, Whitman Fly Class of 2021. We are here to celebrate you. 4 years of Princeton. So much work, but also much fun and the community we built. Congratulations on graduating. We are so proud of you.
Congratulations, Whitman Fly Class of 2021.
Congratulations to the Fly Class of 2021. Good luck and best wishes.
Hello, everyone. This is Dean Jill Dolan, Dean of the College. I am here to congratulate you. Achieving this moment for the class of 2021 is just huge, partly because of the pandemic, partly because of other world events, partly just because going through 4 years at a college like Princeton is a real achievement. You should all feel just wonderful about what you've accomplished. It's been my great pleasure to work with many of you over the course of the last 4 years. Again, I am very proud of you. I look forward to seeing you in the Princeton Stadium on commencement day. And mostly, I look forward to seeing all the wonderful things that I know you'll accomplish in the rest of your lives and your careers. Come back to campus often, write to us, be in good touch. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to your parents, your families, your friends. Go out in the world and do lots of creative, meaningful, wonderful things that make the world a better place for all of us. Congratulations. Take good care. Bye now.
Fly Tigers, from all of us here in the Emma Bloomberg Center, formerly PAI, the very biggest of congratulations. It's been such a pleasure to get to know all of you from the very first days, many of you in WAC when we did Plato, to now the Discord days of SIFB Virtual Run Club. You've each helped shape our community in such remarkable ways, and we really cannot wait to see what you all do next. Never forget that this community is here to support you, and we're here cheering you on at every step of the way. So you better not forget to email and to visit and to call and to write.
Congratulations, Fly Tigers. We are so grateful to have gotten to know you over the years, and for some of you from the very beginning with your involvement in the FSI summer program. I'm confident you will all go on to do incredible things, and I hope you know you can always reach out to our office and stay connected.
Some of you might recall that in the Olympics, a floor routine or a dive gets a degree of difficulty score that changes the way we evaluate the performance. Normally, graduating seniors don't go through 3 terms of work under conditions of a raging global pandemic, and so I think it's safe to say that you've all earned a 10 out of 10 score. A Princeton degree is a badge of honor in more ordinary circumstances, and so we hope you receive yours with extra deserved pride. Many congratulations.
Seniors, we're so proud of you and all you've accomplished during this so very strange final year and a half of your academic career. You faced challenges and overcome obstacles the likes of which no group of students in recent memory has had to deal with, and met them with assurance and enthusiasm. We have no doubt you'll continue to succeed moving forward, and we look forward to watching you make your mark upon the world with your brilliance, kindness, and generosity. Congratulations.
You spent so much of these past few years doing things and taking in information, but there's so much more to learning. Take this time to rest, to feel your feelings, to reflect on your experiences, to write those reflections down. And every once in a while, take a moment to imagine possibilities for yourself and for the world without thinking immediately of any practical limitations on those possibilities. That's how you will really give yourself the space to keep learning.
Hi, I haven't met you, but I've heard wonderful things. I would like to leave you with this quote. I hope your dreams take you to the corners of your smiles, to the highest of your hopes, to the windows of your opportunities, and to the most special places your heart has ever known. Congratulations on your well-deserved success.
Congratulations. This past year will be one I'm sure you'll never forget. I hope past pandemic, you'll stop by our office to say hello and let us know what you're up to. Wishing you much success in the coming years.
So I think I can speak for all of us here at EBCAL when I say we're super proud of you and we can't wait to see what kind of impact you're going to have on the world. Please come back for reunions so we can make up for all of the missed like pizzas and cupcakes and then super squeezy hugs.
I'm really honored to have been asked to speak for this FLI graduation ceremony. And to be honest, when I got the email, I wasn't sure they sent it to the right person. And even now, I'm not certain that this camera's rolling. Because I mean, this can't be happening. We just got here. It feels like just yesterday I was walking into the Freshman Scholars Institute, wide-eyed and excited, looking around at the buildings like, meh. And somehow, in the blink of an eye, 4 years passed. I can't believe we're at the end of our time as undergrads here. But it's been really beautiful seeing my fellow FLI peers pose in their graduation photos wearing their nice dresses and their nice suits with their Louboutins and their Rolexes, all of which I have personally reported back to the FAFSA headquarters, mind you. But we did it. We graduated from college. Many of us are the first in our families to do so. Many of us are also low income, and none of us will let you forget it. No, seriously, I think I talk about being FLI more than I talk about being gay. And by the time I get to the bottom of my venti iced vanilla bean latte, I will have told you of every classes encounter I've had, my struggles with imposter syndrome, the 4 jobs I have on campus, and the familial pressures I face to be a doctor. But I can't help but be proud of being FLI. It has taught me to be resourceful and independent and self-sufficient. But there's a lot about being FLI that we don't talk about. Being first generation low income is so much more than just feeling out of depth academically. It meant I had no template for how to navigate relationships with people who were much more privileged than I was. I had no template for how to enter into these elitist circles and fight the inevitable imposter syndrome. And as an artist, it also meant I had to learn how to audition and train because there was no one in my family or my immediate community who had done this before. They don't tell you just how many firsts you experience as a first generation college student. And Princeton provided me a lot of space to have a lot of trials and a lot of errors. And leaving that safety net is really scary. Leaving college doesn't mean you stop being first generation. The only thing that changes is the context. Everything I do from this point forward, I will still have been the first in my family to do it. But hopefully what we do now will provide templates for those who come after us. For me, Princeton was a dream come true. Growing up in Wisconsin, I never would have imagined I would end up in a place like this. My family and I migrated to the States from Puerto Rico when I was a baby, and my parents have probably worked almost every day since. In my family, we didn't speak of aspirations or dream of a life much greater because we were busy trying to stay afloat. Coming here wasn't an easy decision. I would be leaving everything I knew and everyone I loved behind to do the one thing the rest of my family didn't get to do: pursue a dream. Many of us have had to make sacrifices. And sometimes they pay off, like skipping class to go to DZX show. And sometimes they don't, like skipping class to go see Body Hype. But what I've learned at Princeton is it doesn't matter if you make mistakes or how you falter. What matters is how you apply what you learned going forward. Take it from Princeton. Princeton is far from perfect. And yeah, Princeton may have been built on the land of Native Americans who were displaced or killed, and maybe they relied on slave labor to do so. And yeah, they have historically and still uphold racist, sexist, ableist, and transphobic ideals. And okay, they refuse to divest from fossil fuels and the military and prison industrial complexes, but I could have sworn I wrote something good about this place. Beats me. Anyways, the point is, if Princeton has taught us something, it's that we aren't in the service of Princeton. We're in the service of humanity. And when those two things come in conflict, Princeton and what best serves humanity, we students are the first to say something about it. And it's usually fellow FLI peers. Because yeah, Princeton has provided some incredible resources and provided a lot of learning and growth, but we students are what make it excellent. Princeton wouldn't be the #1 school in the university in the nation if it weren't for students like us, students who challenge it back and push it to become a place we can be proud of. I'm proud of being an FLI Princeton grad, but more than that, I'm proud to have been here at the same time as all of you. In this class, we have a future Nobel Prize laureate, a future Oscar winner, the next president of the United States. And maybe I'll leave something for the rest of you to do. No, but seriously, we're gonna go on to do some really incredible things. And even if you don't have a job lined up right now, you'll figure it out. You know, when I met with the representatives for the Center for Career Development and told them of my plans to aspire to being an artist and how I didn't have a safety net or generational wealth or any connections really, they gave me some really solid words of advice I want to share with you. They said, good luck. Truly inspirational, I know. But being FLI is my greatest strength as an artist. I know the road ahead of me is going to be difficult because the road behind me has been just as so. As we approach the end of our time as undergrads at Princeton, I'm pretty sad. But sometimes it helps to think about the things you're happy to leave behind. Goodbye to the roaches. Goodbye to the listservs. Goodbye to the GroupMe app. Goodbye to writing a thesis. Goodbye to having to swim to class when it rains, because Princeton would rather build monuments to hide their racism than actually fix the pavements and drainage system. Goodbye to your friends in performing arts groups who are guilt-shaming you to see their shows. Didn't you just have a show? Goodbye to the bike-stealing crew team. Goodbye to the nudists on the towpath. Goodbye to Tiger Confessions. I'm sorry, but you all have way too much time on your hands. And to the 5 different posts asking if I'm single, yes. And no, I didn't post them myself. You know what, I'm actually gonna miss some of that stuff. I'm gonna miss messaging my Z group to see if anyone's awake to kill the giant roach in my room and hoping it's the cute boy down the hall that responds. And honestly, I'm gonna miss complaining about writing a thesis while also not writing my thesis. And to be honest, the poor drainage system made me a stronger swimmer. The guilt shaming made me see more shows. And while it does suck having your bike stolen, it's kind of funny watching this big, husky bear of a man pedal away on your little mongoose BMX. Makes you feel like you're at the circus. In the end, not all your memories of Princeton are gonna be great, but it's great to have memories of Princeton. That's at least what I tell my friends to keep them from blacking out every weekend. I hope everyone watching this leaves with some pretty great memories, and maybe a few bad ones, to keep you humble. It's been an honor to speak today, and I dedicate this to all future generations of FLI students. I hope those of us in the great class of 2021 have left behind some really incredible templates for you to follow on your path. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Daniel, so much for that incredible speech. And thank you to you all for tuning in to the 2021 Fly graduation. Congratulations again to the class of 2021, and we look forward to seeing you all at reunions next year.
Tune every heart and every voice, bid